Peter, what we have here are two massive sport utility vehicles. Family-oriented, 3-row, 7-seaters, big money.
Big money. You have to be rich.
You have to be rich. But there is a huge discrepancy between the price of the Grand Wagoneer
Right.
and the Yukon Denali.
And we're talking $36,000 difference. It's interesting because GMC and Jeep are really long-running American, you know, tough guy brands, right?
Absolutely.
So what we have here is their interpretation of opulence.
We're talking a little over $127,000 versus a bargain basement, $91,000. But is it worth it? Is that extra $36,000 really come out when you drive this Jeep?
So we're looking for what the best all-around, comfortable, huge, luxurious SUV is of these two. But let's take it for a spin and see, you know, who's the most comfy, who's got the best stereo, who's got the best massage. Oh, wait a sec. That doesn't have massage, does it?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna drive this one.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Okay, Brian,
Okay.
let's go. First, I'm gonna put my hand on this wonderful rotary gear selector here, which I think is a ergonomic
marvel?
marvel. That's the word I was
Marvel,
looking for.
of course.
You don't like those, do you?
I'm not a big fan of rotary knobs, but
Everything's there. It's just so
Yeah,
easy. It doesn't take up too
I
much
know.
space.
I know I like a lever. I like something I can, you know, rest my hand on.
Mhm.
But that's me.
But besides that, you must admit the interior of this thing is quite a piece of work, isn't it?
Holy crap,
I mean-
is it ever? I mean,
Jeep, they just went nuts here as far as quality and design and attention to detail. It's wonderful.
yeah. Well, I mean, they're resurrecting the Wagoneer name after a 30-year absence. They
Right.
wanted to make a statement, and
Well, they certainly did.
yeah.
And, you know, I guess they couldn't put the wood on the outside like the old one, so they put it on the inside.
Well, it's walnut, apparently.
Walnut, yeah, it's gorgeous.
It's stunning, yes.
And I'm also actually feeling the seats, which are very comfortable, but also there's a panel down here, and I can select all kinds of massage functions, which are actually really quite good.
I think I'll go for the low extend.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, waterfall. No, waterfall. That's
Oh, yes, the waterfall.
yes, there we go.
Oh my God, this is intense.
6.4 liter Hemi V8 and 471 horsepower. But having said that, and you and I talked about this earlier, it's adequate horsepower. I mean, because this thing weighs 6,400 pounds, just under
6,400 pounds?
3,000 kilograms.
Wow.
It's ridiculous.
But does he do the job?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, but you know, look at that little fuel economy.
I'm
reading.
trying not to look at that, Brian. It's
What's it reading now?
because
Peter?
I'm the one that has to fill this thing up.
Yeah. What's it reading, Peter?
The average, it's reading right now 18.7 liters per 100 kilometers. That's average.
Ow.
Yeah, so you are paying for this power, the sound, and obviously the size of this vehicle.
I think Jeep might have missed the boat just by going with the V8. I love FCA, you know, and the Hemi engine. They have made this thing work, but you know, they also have in their pickup trucks a really nice Cummins diesel engine, you know, an inline six. You know, for those who might be a little more concerned about fuel economy, you know, don't want to decimate the planet with, you know, greenhouse gases, it might be a decent choice. Beautiful ride.
And
And
it's-
again, air suspension, sure.
Right. And it's certainly nothing you can complain about, but the Denali feels a little more connected to the road. The steering has more feel, and there's a little better body control.
Yeah, there's 500 pounds less weight.
Yeah, you can kind of feel that.
Yeah.
And plus this vehicle is longer.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
you're-
5.4 meters. The one thing though, better brakes.
Yeah, this thing does have better brakes.
Yeah.
And the greenhouse here is fantastic. There's just so much glass here. You can see out, low belt line.
Mm-hmm.
Visibility is great all the way around.
Yeah. Headroom, and leg room and hip room, shoulder room, pretty close in both vehicles. Generally speaking, there's just a little bit more advantage for those of us who are a little bit longer in leg or longer in torso. A little more room in the Grand Wagoneer. Big advantage though in towing capability. 9,850 pound towing capacity in the Grand Wagoneer.
Right.
Yeah, it's like more than 2,000 pounds better than in the Denali with the diesel engine.
Right. So if I had this and you had the Denali, then I could buy a bigger boat or a bigger Airstream.
Absolutely.
So that would make me cooler.
Very.
Probably. And also, this must be said that the 23 speaker Macintosh audio system in this car is very good.
Yeah, you're the audiophile among the...
It's good. It's better than the Bose that's in the GMC.
Yeah, and there is a massive center dash touchscreen here. Great graphics. Very clear, very precise, fairly easy to use. I mean, it is touch button. Not a lot of hard buttons in this vehicle.
We do have some good HVAC hard buttons down here below the screen, and we do have a tuning knob and a volume knob, which is
that's what you need. That's what you need.
Yep. I mean, I could say it'd be nice to have hard knobs for the heating and ventilation for the seats, but you know, as this seat is massaging my derriere, I feel no complaints.
Okay. Not going to go there.
Good.
So Peter, here we are in a GMC Yukon Denali.
I have no problems with the way this car drives, and the suspension is tuned, you know, very well.
Yeah. Air suspension.
Yeah. Plus, it has the magnetic shocks, which are very smart, and they keep the body well in control. Dynamically, it's great, but it's let down by this old-style dash with the kind of not great fitting panels, and some of this chrome looks a little, you know, GM old days.
Interior is very old school.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't get a sense. You get a sense of luxury, but it's okay. Well, is this the best you can do? I mean, the leather is soft. The seats are comfortable. You get a lot of bells and whistles. You know, the heated seats, the steering wheel, the whole bit. You got a decent stereo system. But
Bose is okay.
But this is a very competitive market. This is looking a little second best. But even at $91,000, it's a whole lot less expensive than the Grand Wagoneer, the Series 3 that we're driving.
To me, this doesn't feel like a $91,000 car. Whereas when we get into the Jeep, you look around, you see the wood, you see the beautiful design construction.
Part of the problem is the fact that this thing is black on the outside and black on the inside. And I mean, black is great if you're in some sort of American crime drama where the FBI and the CIA and Secret Service all drive around in these things. But
so are we the good guys or are we the bad guys today?
I think we'll be the good guys.
Okay.
But we have to put on our shades.
Now, one thing I will say that I like about this vehicle is that, sure, we can complain about it looking a bit old school, but everything's here. You want to turn your seat heat on? Look at that. There's a button.
Yeah.
And you push it, and bingo. Whereas in the Jeep, you have to actually negotiate some menu systems on the touchscreen, which is unfortunately the way things go these days.
So hit the nav system. You know, the screen's clear, it's bright, it works.
Yeah.
In terms of size, this is a little over 5.3 meters in length. Definitely a full-size SUV. And it weighs less. I mean, you know.
Can you feel it on the road?
Yeah, 5,900 pounds versus the Grand Wagoneer is 6,400 pounds. I mean, 3-ton vehicles. Wow. I like the way this handles. I don't like the way it brakes. You feel the weight of the vehicle. When it comes
the brakes are a little soft. Not very confidence-inspiring.
No. In terms of accommodations, I mean, there's plenty of room. Certainly up front. There's plenty of room in the middle row. back seat is reasonable. I was looking at the specs between the two vehicles. The Denali has more overall cargo capacity, certainly with both the second and third rows folded. It has more room behind the second row seats, but behind the third row seat, Jeep has a bit of an advantage. But still, you can pack a lot of stuff in this vehicle.
So Brian, what do you think of the gear selection system here? Those funny little toggle things you have to pull with your fingers and push.
I kind of wish they would just stick with you know, a regular Prindle shifter, but you know, all the manufacturers are playing funny things with their transmissions. You know, buttons this or rotaries that, and you know what? You get used to it.
Yeah, you know what I found though, with big gloves, it's hard to get your fingers behind there.
Okay.
Which is kind of not that great for living in Canada. Or if you're a working dude and you got your work gloves on.
But you do get a heated steering wheel, so you really don't need your gloves
Well,
on
you
once you get it warmed
hope
up.
to have a heated steering wheel for $90,000.
Okay, Brian, we've driven both of these gigantic, luxurious Leviathans through the snow, on the highways, trying to get around town, trying to park. And what is your opinion? What do you think expresses the uber luxury experience the most?
Well, in my mind, I have no doubt it's the Grand Wagoneer. I mean, this is brand new 2022 model. Jeep came out all guns blazing.
Absolutely.
To
Yeah, I
be
agree.
seen, be heard.
Yeah.
An amazing presence.
No, this is the interior of this vehicle is really incredible.
Yeah.
But there is one caveat, and that is if you're concerned about the environment or your wallet, perhaps. At week's end, the average fuel economy for the Jeep was a rather staggering 18.4 liters per 100 kilometers, whereas the Yukon, with its lovely inline diesel 6, got by with 10.2 liters per 100 kilometers,
Yeah.
which is amazing. And in fact, on one little drive I did, it returned 8.3 liters, that's like economy car numbers.
You're looking at a $150 fill-up
Yeah,
on the Jeep.
but the problem is that most people who buy a $130,000 luxury SUV, they're not going to worry about gas prices at all.
Well, they should.
Well, they won't.
Okay. So, throw away the price for a second, because the Grand Wagoneer comes in 3 series. This is the top line Series 3.
Right.
You really don't have to go ultimate to get ultimate.
Yeah, because the Series 1 starts at the same price as this vehicle. And we could also say that if we had a Cadillac Escalade here, it would be a fair fight. But we don't. So this is what we got, and this is the one that turned out to be the most beautifully luxurious, comfortable, fabulous interior. And if that's what you want, it's a great vehicle.
For Driving.Ca, I'm Brian Harper.
And I'm Peter Blakeney. And for more SUV reviews and information, don't forget to follow us on Twitter and Instagram.